Conversations across time, 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 conversations across.
Good evening. This is a special episode of Conversations Across Time, and we're bringing this to you as just kind of like a little holiday present for you, and we just hope that you will enjoy it. And it features some of our most interesting, actors, and it also features someone that I am so pleased to be sitting here with tonight, and that is Miss Deborah Sterling. Okay, so that's the fabulous Elizabeth Baker who played Josephine Baker. So, at any rate, as a result of that inspiration, Elizabeth, who has graduated from Juilliard, and we're so proud of her. At any rate, she's agreed to come back and bring her character, Josephine Baker, back to life. And then, as we go on, you'll see some other special things about this collection to let you know what it does. So I just would like the fabulous Miss Elizabeth Baker, being Josephine Baker, to come in. Good evening, darling. You look wonderful. Now, Debbie Sterling, who developed J. Bride's designs, this lady that I met in a fabric store, is going to explain to you what you're looking at. So please describe what Josephine is wearing.
Josephine is wearing one of the couture pieces from jbredesigns.com, and that is a stretch satin with a bow and a strip sleeve with a halter style neckline.
Ooh.
And it comes in sizes 2 to 22.
She looks fabulous. Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
You look wonderful. And we're going to see you a little later on in this show, but you look divine.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, to show you the whole panorama of what it is that this lady does, what J. Bride does, is we are graced with Miss Janice LaFlamme, who is an actress and who's been with us playing many roles. And as you can see, she is someone that is a person that who could look for designs from J. Bride. And Janice is a seasoned woman. And Janice is of the point where she doesn't mind that you know that, but look at how elegant she looks. And please tell us what she's wearing.
Janice is also wearing one of the couture pieces from jbredesigns.com, and she also has the vintage lace neckline with the sleeves across the top. Now, this particular dress also fits up to a cup size of a triple D in the front, and the bottom is a stretch material that can stretch us through the hips. It's called the scuba fabric, and it also has a back zipper and a small train that trails the back. So as you can see, any age, any size, any type of ethnicity will look nice in that dress right there from the couture collection.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, and so are you, Janice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Janice.
Now, I told you that the breadth of the collection that J. Bride does is really something that I thought you needed to know, and that's why we are celebrating. So you are here, and we have here with us another young lady who has blessed us with portraying several characters on Conversations Across Time, and Monique, who is the significant other, for all intents and purposes, of the person who sings the theme song for Conversations Across Time, which is my son, who's played many roles. So Monique is a plus-size model. Look at how fabulous she looks. And please tell us what she's wearing, Debbie. She looks great, and what you know is that J. Bride's designs for all sizes. You look fabulous. That's stunning.
Yes, and Monique is wearing what they call the ITY fabric, and that fabric stretches up 4 sizes. So if you wear a small to a large, different sizes and variety can fit that gown with the sequin beaded lace on one sleeve, And you can wear that dress up the shoulder, off the shoulder, and it's a faux wrap dress, which gives you a lot of versatility in how you can accommodate.
But that dress looks perfect on her. You look fabulous, dear.
Thank you so much, Monique.
Of course, the belle of the ball and the lady that this collection honors, Miss Josephine Baker is back. Miss Josephine Baker is back, and oh my God, that's fabulous. Please tell us what this is, please.
This is one of the off-the-shoulder gowns, and as you can see, it has the feathered lace with the satin trim.
That's fabulous.
And it has the car wash, from anybody who knows what the car wash is from back in the day. It's the multiple splits that surrounds the dress at the bottom with the train see-through at the
that's
top.
Called a car wash?
Car wash dress is when you have more than one split in the front. So it's multiple splits that go around the dress.
Wow.
To give it the
And she's wearing that. She is
yes, to give
that.
it the variation. Everything is on jbreedesigns.com, size 2 to 22.
You look fabulous, darling.
Thank you.
I thought I heard a howl from the crew. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I mean, someone back there hadn't taken his meds. But it's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, I guess that may be the reaction that you're going for with that dress.
So as we're waiting for the next model to come, I'm a senior designer for jbreedesigns.com. And I picked the fabric out. I picked, the models who I think will look best in a particular clothing. So it accentuates, all different type of sizes and styles.
Can I just ask you this? Because the audience doesn't know this about you. When I first met you, you were purchasing fabric. I was purchasing fabric for the set of Conversations Across Time.
Yes.
And you were purchasing fabric because you were a teacher.
Yes.
And, I mean, that's why we're so thrilled to have you. But please tell folks, you were at Delaware Valley?
Charter High School, yes. I've been a teacher for over 10 years, and I did my internship actually at Dobbins Mural Fashion Department. That's where I did my apprenticeship at, and then I became a teacher at Delaware Valley Charter High School for over 10 years while I taught the 9th through 12th graders, how to sew and how to be consultants and how to do coordination and stuff like that. So when I met you, Ms. Vivian, I was actually getting materials for my sewing class because they had to do a community service outreach program in order to graduate, that I was also in charge of that as well. So I was in there getting the fabric for that, and they do gowns, they was doing pillows, they was doing, the students were just...
You have no idea how fortunate I feel that's what, that the way that we met, because it is, people are going to probably be shocked if I use this word, but it was serendipitous. It really was that I ran into you because, I was doing what I was doing and you were doing what you were doing, and it was kind of like, it was just cool to run into you at that time. And I see, oh my goodness.
Yes, we got the next. We got the next.
Wait a minute. We got plus size again. Monique, stop, girl. Okay, please tell us.
And we also have the marigold gown, as you can see, with the connected sleeves in the back. So it looks like it's a faux drape with the faux wrap ITY fabric.
Goodness.
Once again, the ITY fabric is a seasonless fabric that multiple sizes can fit.
Wait a minute. That's a dress. Now wait a minute. You seriously know? I'm just saying this. You seriously know that a sister wearing that dress she needs to have somebody that's really strong on her arm.
Yes, she does.
Because people are going to say rude things to her.
or try to take her home.
Absolutely.
And the rhinestone detailing as well looks well.
Oh, she looks great.
Yeah, so when we met at the fabric store, Ms. Vivian, you was talking about how you needed fabric for the backdrop for the studio. And I was like, well, what studio are you talking about, Ms. Vivian? And then you was like, oh yeah, I do the Conversations Across Time, and we do, this and that. Oh, well, by the way, would you be interested in doing, some pieces? I said, for who? And you was like, the Josephine Baker. I was like, I can do a whole collection for that.
You see?
Yes.
I
was so excited.
But the thing that happens is that we've been doing this now. We've been doing this show for 6 years, and we do it 7. I'm sorry, I was just corrected by our director. 7 years, you're right. And we've been doing it out of passion because we love history and we love trying to make people think about history in a different way. And like our motto is, we're not trying to tell you what to think.
Yes.
We just want to make sure you are thinking. I mean, that's really kind of what we do. And so it would be cool if you could just, maybe dress a few of our people.
Yes,
and you said, okay,
course.
who you want me to dress? And I said, Josephine Baker. And you said, I got it. And we had a staff meeting, like we had a production meeting, a pre-production meeting, and I was explaining what it is that we were doing. And, these folk came to the meeting, and what was really cool about it is they came to the meeting, and a lot of them didn't know me. They just kind of thought, oh, yeah, she wants to do this show, and it's about history, and she's gonna have people on, and they're gonna be talking about, some background stuff that most people don't know about history, and maybe if they knew that background stuff, they might feel a little differently about stuff. So wouldn't it be cool if we could have some wardrobe for those people, because it's essentially a show for nerds. I mean, I think of that. I think of myself as being a nerd only to the standpoint of I'm passionate about history, and I know that some people don't like that. Some people, some people think that's really weird. But
what, to be a nerd, or for you to be a nerd?
No,
because they know you.
Yeah, no, to be a nerd about history, because they don't understand how beautiful, how much you can learn from history. I mean, there's nothing new happening. So anyway, I'm sorry, our next model is here.
Yes.
And so, oh my goodness. So this is Monique, and she is wearing, this is just stunning. Okay, so tell us what she's wearing.
So Monique is wearing the cream faux wrap gown, and she also has the sequin trim with the sheer lace
That is fabulous.
going down the sleeve across the left side of the dress, one sleeve asymmetrical, and then a bottom trim that goes around the dress. Once again, as I was talking about the fabric before, it's that ITY fabric that's four-dimensional.
It's
interlocking yarns, which means it's a four-way stretch knit that I found at the fabric stores. I was, of course, my many trips to the fabric store, and I love that fabric. And what I was basically doing was I was putting it on different fabrics to see how it would fit on all size women.
Really? I mean, because that absolutely works on her. She looks fabulous. I mean, that's dramatic. That's a statement. That's a statement dress. But I got to tell you, you are working it, girl.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
Only at jbreedesigns.com.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, I mean, just that kind of stuff. Like, that's stuff that your fashions are for all types of women.
Yes.
Like, it's just, but I have to say that the real challenge is that people got to be real secure
with who they are.
With who they are. Not only who they are, but who they're with. Who they're with. Because they got to be cool with who they're with, because your fashions really are not for the faint of heart, but they are fabulous. And there's so many fabulous women who are just kind of like hiding, and your fashion's kind of setting them free a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then some of them are kind of just like,
well, but everything are not for everybody. So, but you will definitely find something, for yourself within that collection. Whether you're small, large, whether you like to show your leg, whether you like not to show your leg, and gowns is what I specialize in.
Okay.
So you can even get a custom gown, if you see something that is custom, within the collection as well.
Okay.
But you will definitely find something that you like in jbreedesigns.com.
So I'm just saying how very blessed we at Conversations Across Time, or to have somebody like you, because
well, I'm blessed as well, Ms. Vivian, to have even met you.
Okay.
Very blessed.
I just want you to know, that I'm so excited about J-Breeze. I am just like the fact that has morphed or become what it has, because this is your dream.
Yes, it has been my dream.
And when you're doing
for a long,
your dream,
long time.
Yes.
Very long time.
And when you're doing your dream, that's like so sweet.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
You know what I mean?
I'm just like overwhelmed right now to even be here sitting in this chair. Because when I first met you, I was like, oh my God, Miss Vivian. And then she said, oh, come on down, to Philly Can. We're going to do X, Y, and Z. Oh, we need outfits for Josephine Baker. Then I did another outfit for one of the guys.
Oh, yeah.
Your son, he had wore something.
Yes, my son was Spartacus.
Yes, he was Spartacus,
He did
and I did. Yes,
Spartacus.
and I did the
You
outfit
did
for the Spartacus.
Spartacus. Yeah,
and I'm just really actually blessed to have met the people that I have met here, that have worked with me. You know, Miss Vivian, you know, you were just the greatest of all time.
No,
You're the
I
greatest. You are truly.
But it's kind of like what's going on right now is looking at all of these pieces from what's happening at Philly Cam, which is where we met. That's where I met the director. That's where I
Really?
met Chef Trey.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Wow.
way back when, the people that were on camera, all these people are like really cool people, and I met them doing this, and this to bring history alive and to make people think about history and to make people think about politics now and how you may be getting played and you really are getting played and you
exactly.
ain't paying attention, you getting played.
Yes.
And so we like to try to make you think about what is happening, which is why we have these guests, which is why
Yes.
we got one guy who likes to play the bad guy, you know, John Mason. John Mason likes to be the bad guy.
But he loves it. He looks, and he
loves
does a great job.
But
though.
it's nothing like him. He's just nothing like that.
But he does a great job.
And
You never could tell that he
does.
does.
John Foster Dulles, he does Kissinger, he does Roy Cohn, he does all of these obnoxious guys.
But you couldn't tell that he
and
was
he's
just the
a pussycat.
opposite. But he's
He's
just
a
the
pussycat.
opposite of
Yes,
that.
yes,
You
yes,
can
yes.
never tell that though.
Wait a minute, we got Mark Hoffman, who is a retired history teacher. And Mark is like, he's like about history, and I think he also thinks on some level that his students always knew that he was trying to be straight with them, but at the same time, during that time, there was this scare about you couldn't be, you know, like you couldn't really teach your kids history, the real history.
But look who we have now, Miss Vivian. Look who we have now that's coming.
I know, I got it. I see her.
Yes.
But I just want you to know, so these are the people, when I met
Okay.
them, these are the people that came along, and they made this show what it is.
Gotcha.
So that we started with Josephine Baker. We started with
Yes.
her. And so that we would be here tonight, and we would be ending the show.
So,
this very
with the
different
Josephine,
Conversations
with the
Across
one
Time.
and the only.
With ending it with Elizabeth Baker as Josephine Baker. And here, oh my God, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. Well, tell us about this dress.
Now, see, we just spoke about this a minute ago. Not everybody can wear this dress.
That one, no, this
you
dress
know,
is
but
clearly-
I mean, but if you bold enough and can pull up to the statement, this is the stretch knit one sleeve cutout dress with the split on the leg, and it is also fully lined, and it detaches
lined?
at the shoulder. Yes, it has a
Really?
sheer lining underneath. Yes.
I mean, because it looks fabulous. And it just looks like what I can imagine Josephine Baker wearing. It's like, this looks like something she would wear.
Yes.
I mean, look at her. And Elizabeth she's Josephine Baker.
She's Josephine Baker
you ever
through
wanna
and
see
through.
Josephine Baker, this is the girl. And she's an actress.
On top
So,
of that, yes.
in top of
Yes, congratulations to you, Elizabeth.
She appeared on Conversations Across Time as our first, yes. And she was there with, oh my goodness, Sally Hemings and Thomas Jefferson. Yes. You let Thomas Jefferson have it. And guess what? You were working that dress. You look fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so with that, I mean, I guess I probably talked more than I talk on the show. And so ordinarily when we're doing a show, but with that, we're going to close with just you looking at the fabulous Josephine Baker. I mean, look at her. Look at her.
Yeah, that's why
1926.
That's why she was so. That's why she was so
1927.
small.
Thank you, Chef.
That's why she was so small. Look how the way she's moving.
Oh my goodness.
And then the fringe too. They brought the fringe back out for 2019 that she had on.
Yes.
That she was wearing back. A lot of things that they have brought back from that collection, to the collection that inspired me.
Yes.
With the different types of fabrics and
Yes.
the cut close and the cutouts and everything.
Yes.
Only on jbredesigns.com.
And you've made that happen for a cross section of women. I
Yes.
mean, because everything that you make from sizes
2 to 22, I'm sorry.
2 to 22.
Yes.
So, if you see something that you like, and this is just a couple of pieces because we're just doing this as sort of a celebratory seasonal thing.
Thank you so much.
I thank you for this being our tribute to a wonderful friendship.
Thank you so much, Ms. Vivian.
Okay. Thanks again for watching. this very different Conversations Across Time. And I hope that you enjoyed this little tribute to history and our costume designer. You know, I mean, as I said, J. Bree Designs is just fabulous. And in fact, she started with us. She started with us. She was already doing it, but
Yes.
when we started, this whole Josephine Baker collection evolved from that, and that's kind of cool.
It's exclusively for Conversations Across Time. Exclusively.
Okay, it was just. Well, I wish you well.
Thank you so much.
And I hope the audience, you know, I think if you would patronize her, of course, I think that would be wonderful. And the reason I think it would be wonderful is because you see what it is that she did, and you see the spirit from which she's doing it. And we forgot to mention your assistant.
Yes.
So not only is she a teacher, but she brought one
I have
of her
brought my
students.
assistant. Yes.
And so we got to talk about her for just a minute, just very quickly.
Tayana,
Okay.
my assistant Tayana Sanders, and also her twin sister, Tabria Sanders, which is not with us tonight, but Tayana Sanders is with us tonight.
She's off camera. We can't seem to get her. But at any rate, just know. Okay.
And what she does is she's a junior designer for jbreedesigns.com. And she and her sister, they help me with the cutting of the dresses, the sewing of the dresses, you know, the pinning of the dresses, the fittings. And here she is right now with me to help me with Conversations Across Time for the Josephine Baker collection. Thank you so much. She's like,
So anyway, so this was our little holiday show, and we hope you enjoyed it because we had a lot of fun doing it.
Yes, we did.
And I do hope that I wish your business every success.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay. This has been Conversations Across Time. Chef Trek, who's behind the camera, who's our director tonight, we just decided we were going to go for it. So Chef did all of his creative stuff, and thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
No, seriously, I thank you because you know, this was your idea. Your idea was to do this segment. When we found Debbie again, just reached out, and Elizabeth happened to be available again. You said, well, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that you got her playing Josephine Baker, and that maybe it would be kind of cool to do the Josephine Baker collection. Because Debbie, you know, she developed that. And so we did it. And
Thank you
Chef
so
Trek,
much to the staff. Thank you for Miss Vivian and Chef.
Yeah, well, because it's Chef's inspiration. So Chef, thank you. Thank you much.
It's all about God.
Yes, it is.
That's who inspires us all.
Yes.
In 1925, Josephine Baker traveled to France, where the public embraced the sauvage nègre, her black mystique. In 1926, Josephine Baker traveled to Berlin, which was then widely considered to be the epicenter of both culture and sexual adventure. Josephine Baker's father may have been the son of her mother's German employers. Perhaps Josephine's father was actually the husband of the house himself. It is not entirely certain that Josephine Baker was of mixed race at all, since her father was claimed to be a vaudeville drummer. However, what is certainly known is that Josephine Baker rose from humble beginnings to become a great superstar. As a child, she survived on tips from passing strangers who admired her dancing ability, and an occasional song. Josephine Baker actually took the surname Baker from her second husband, the one she was married to, immediately before she left her little hometown of St. Louis, Missouri, to New York with hopes of becoming a superstar. Josephine Baker first rose to prominence as a chorus girl, one of the most challenging roles on stage, called the pony. Josephine's job was, as the last chorus girl in the line, to pretend that she did not know the actual routine, making the audience laugh, and then upon the return of the same act, she would outdance all of the other dancers on the line. This prepared her for both great comic timing and phenomenal dancing skill, which she would later use to great effect in her adopted hometown of Paris. As soon as Josephine Baker arrived in Europe, she shrewdly recognized the public's growing taste for all things African, resulting from European colonization efforts, as well as cultural exchange with the United States, which was then at the height of the Harlem Renaissance. In Berlin, Josephine Baker's popularity reached new heights when she received the attention and perhaps the patronage of Count Kessler. Over the ensuing years, Josephine's popularity grew even more, and with every return to each city, her performances grew more lascivious, more scandalous, more en vogue. In fact, Josephine Baker was so popular that German women began wearing darker makeup, dyeing their hair and cutting it shorter to resemble her close-cropped hairstyle.
Okay.
It has been said that Josephine Baker received over 7,000 marriage proposals from men and women. As a little-known and even less impressive corporal was rising through the ranks of the National Socialist Party in Germany, the country, and indeed the world, began to change. The Nazi Party did not take kindly to the sexual freedom conveyed in Miss Baker's performances. Eventually, they were outlawed. Josephine Baker returned to her beloved Paris, eventually becoming one of the most important members of the French Resistance. The French Resistance was a movement of French citizens and their allies who worked with great determination to push the Nazis out of the seat of power and out of their country and their home. It is my pleasure to introduce to you a true icon of the 20th century, star of the stage and screen, and the first global black superstar, actress, dancer, diva, decorated war hero and humanitarian, and spy, a vision, Miss Josephine Baker.
Bonjour, bonjour, les amis. Merci, merci. So as you know, I have been invited to return, and I am so pleased to be with all of you today. So come, mes amis. 1920s Paris was fabulous, but Berlin. I was at the center of it all. Berlin was the capital des débaucheries. Berlin was the decadent center of all of Europe. Decadent. It was amazing. Hot jazz, Langston Hughes, Ernest Hemingway, and some very, very delicious cocaine. Oh, my darlings, don't be so bourgeois. Les bons amis, vivons, vivons. Young men. So very young. So many young men. Most of them babies, just looking for a reason to belong. So many of them with their brown shirts and violence in their eyes. So many. Marching down Berlin. Boots marching down Berlin. Berlin shriveled up into its own self as the boots came for the scholars. Many scholars were communists. Many scholars were Jews.